One of the basic skills you should master if you're going to get your financial life in order is budgeting. In today's video, we will share 5 simple steps to creating a budget. Then we'll give you 3 tips to successful budgeting, so stick around for that. Before we get into the video though, give this video a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Leave a comment and subscribe to enjoy more of our future content. So here are the 5 simple steps to creating a budget. Step number 1, establish realistic goals. This one is a big one, and it is not included in most personal budgets. Well-written financial goals are not a requirement of most budgets, but they are an extremely important piece of financial planning. Setting realistic, measurable goals, such as saving for a down payment on a home, getting out of debt, saving for retirement, or paying for your kids' education, helps you find ways and avenues to save for those goals and track your progress towards meeting them. One final thing we will say about your financial goals. They can be a great source of motivation and impetus for you to take control of your spending and give each dollar in your pocket a purpose. Step number 2, calculate your income. Spending is one side of your budget. Income is the other. When it comes to budgeting, accuracy is paramount. You must account for how much money you will have to spend, not necessarily how much you make or think you will make. Don't forget to subtract taxes and other deductions like your contribution to your employer's 401k. You can use past data or anticipated earnings for the period you are budgeting for. This could be monthly or even annually. If you happen to be someone with irregular or inconsistent income, there are a variety of techniques that you can use to calculate your monthly income. One way is to use actual earnings from past months to set the parameters for the current month. Step number 3, calculate your expenses. Your focus should be on including expense categories that actually reflect where your money goes. Budgeting apps are a good way to understand your monthly expenses. All of your expenses should be categorized as fixed or variable. Additionally, you should break out your broad expense categories into smaller segments. This will give you a clearer picture of where your money goes and help you understand your spending patterns. It will also help you identify where you are spending and should cut back. Step number 4, calculate net discretionary cash flow. This is your total income less total expenses. If net discretionary cash flow is negative, you should reduce your expenses and or increase your income. If it is positive, no action is needed, but you may have opportunities to further increase discretionary cash flows to reduce the time needed to achieve one or more of your goals. Step number 4, reflect expenses as a percentage of income. For each category of expense, you want to represent it as a percentage of your income. This is achieved by dividing the dollar amount of each expense category by total income, then multiplying by 100. This allows you to compare the expenses of your current budget to previous months and pick up on any trends. Generally, you want your expenses as a percentage of income to remain level or decrease over time. As promised, 3 tips to successful budgeting. Tip number 1, be realistic about your spending habit. It is easy to overlook the use of credit cards and cash for shopping and dining out. Such spending can easily become the biggest leak in your budget, so don't overlook it. Said another way, the use of credit cards and cash represent an easy way to blow your budget. Tip number 2, include a line item for miscellaneous and unforeseen expenses. These include holiday gifts, car repairs, home repairs, traffic tickets, and sporting gears for the kids. You should also consider those irregular expenses that only come around once a quarter, twice a year, or even once a year. Car insurance is an example of an expense that you may pay every 6 months. Tip number 3, success takes time and practice, so exercise some patience. The more you prepare a budget and compare it to your actual spending, the better you will become at budgeting. Over time, you will become more comfortable and be more realistic about your expenses and savings. Budgeting is not a set it and forget it exercise. Understand that life changes can alter your spending, so regular reviews are absolutely necessary.